Hey everyone, in today's video I am going to start pairing snakes for the season. In the last video I showed you like my equipment. This video I'm just going to start explaining the genetics behind each snake that I'm pairing together and kind of what hopefully I'll get. One thing I didn't talk about is like temperature. Throughout the year I keep it at 85. Typically in the summertime I turn my heater off. It keeps it around 85, 86. It does get a little warmer in the hot summer months of about 90 degrees in here. And then this time of year it kind of dives off. I haven't turned my heater on yet for the year because it just naturally cycles them. So as far as heat tape, I keep it at 93 degrees year round. I don't adjust that temperature. I don't drop that. And before I pair the females, I make sure I test it. I have a laser scanner. I just scan the hot spot, see what the temperature is, make sure the heat tape is still working. And then once that, you're good to go. So first one I'm going to pair is, I've got a Motley female here, produced her in 2014. She is 100% Het albino and 50% Het anery. So I have got a anery male, or no, an IMG possible Het snow male. Let me find him here. He's here somewhere. He's only about 18 months old. He's a little small, but I'm going to try it. Really would like to get some IMG Motleys this year, so I'm going to throw him in with her. And we're going to see. You know, I'll leave him in here for a couple days, see if there's any interest whatsoever. If there's not, I've got another male for her, and I will swap them out. So, get back in there. So I'm just going to throw him in there. And typically about, 2 or 3 days, you'll know if something's going to happen. The males will start getting interested in. So, alright, so next female I've got an albino female here. I'm going to pair a Hypo jungle male with her. Hopefully get some junglos and stuff like sun glows and all that good stuff. So let me get him out. Looks like he just shit, so that's good. All right, let me put him in over here. So he's a pretty good male. He produced my Junglo Motley 2 years ago. So really throws some good-looking patterns. So hopefully get some good stuff out of that. Let's see. Next male is my Motley. He is Het anery, Het albino. I produced him back in 2014 as well. He is a stud. He's got some really cool black eyes. He is the father of my Snow Motley that I produced this year. So I'm going to throw him in with a Hypo Het albino female. She's a big girl. Let me get him in there. And he's already been throwing sperm plugs, so he's ready to go. All right, next one I will be pairing. Let's see. Let me get. I'm gonna get this big guy. Oh, he's in the water dish. Well, we'll get him out anyway. All right. All right. This is a pastel Hypo Het albino. I'm gonna throw him in with this normal girl here. Let's see if I can get him out. I'm getting crazy here. Let's go, buddy. All right. So I'll get him in there. He's been he's been throwing a lot of sperm plugs. He's a big boy. She's a pretty good sized girl, so I think that'll be a good pairing. I don't think she is het for anything, but it's all right. Oh, and you can see here in the water dish, you can see the sperm plugs, so you kind of want to look for that in the males. When you see that, you know they're ready to go. So I'm just gonna put that back in there. All right, so who do we have left? We got this girl here, Hypo Motley, possible het, snow, 50%, you know, both ways. So she's a 2015 girl, and she's ready to go. So I think I'm gonna throw an albino male in with her. Let me find him. Yep, there he is. So this guy, I think he's a 2014. He is het Kyle Stripe, and he's a Kyle albino. So he's a good breeder. I'm gonna throw him in with this girl. All right, let's get in there, buddy. There you go. So we're gonna find out if she's het for sure. Alright, so who else we got? This girl over here, she's a big Hypo female that I produced back in 2014. Got some great color. I'm gonna pair her with, let's see, I'm gonna go with this guy. It's an arabesque. He's a het VPI. I think he is ready to go, so we're going to throw him in there with that. Alright. And who do I have left? So I've got a Sunglow up here, het entry, that she's not going to go this year. I've got another Hypo Motley female here that is her sister, that I will probably breed her later. And then I have another Motley het albino down there that I also am going to probably pair later. So basically I'm going to see if this little IMG can you know, get the job done. If he shows interest, then my Sunglow male I will throw in with another female, but hopefully he's going to take interest in her, and hopefully he can get the job done. It's the smallest snake I've ever tried to breed, but I really want to produce a IMG Motley this year, so I am hoping, and it's looking pretty good right now. He's starting to ride her back a little bit, so maybe a little premature, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do updates, you know, a couple times a week, maybe once a week, see what's going on, and show you kind of how everything is going. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment box. I'll get back to you. And hit that subscribe and like button, and we are going to hopefully have a great season, and you know, show you everything that goes on. So see you next time. Hey everyone, I forgot to tell you what I would get by these pairings. So the first pairing was the you know, the albino and the Hypo jungle. So on this pairing you would get 50% albinos and 50% normal coloration, of which there's going to be like normal albinos, Hypo albinos, which are Sunglows, you'll have jungle albinos, and you're gonna have jungle hypo albinos, which are called junglos. And then you get the same, but just the non-albino version in each. So, you know, in this pairing, 8 different kinds of snakes. So that's pretty cool. And hopefully, you know, he's going to show some interest in her. So I think he is. He's sniffing her pretty good. So, all right. This pairing here. So this is the IMG and the Motley. Now he's possible het for both anery and albino. She is 100% het for albino and possible het anery. So let's just say they both carry the anery gene and the albino gene. You're going to get 16 different variations. Snows, albinos, IMGs, you know, so many different combos. But the odds of that are probably not very good. But we'll see. All I care about is IMG Motleys. So he's showing a little interest, but he's kind of checking out this big cage. So, all right. Okay, so this one. All right, so you have an albino times a hypo motley that's possible het snow. So there's no chance I'm going to get any kind of anery stuff out of this litter. But if she proves out for to be het albino, I should get 50% albinos and 50% normals. With the hypo motleys, they should only have hypos and motleys. So half the litter will be motley, half the litter will be hypo, of which 50% will be albino. So you get albino motleys and albino hypos, which are sunglows. So that would be a really good litter. So, all right, let's see. This one here, motley and hypo het, both het albino. He's het anery, but she's not. So once again, you will get 25% on this one because it's het to het. So 25% will be albino, 75% will be normal coloration. Now 50% of those babies will carry the albino gene, but you won't be able to tell the difference between the 50% and the 25%. But those 25% could have some sunglow motleys, so that's why I'm doing this pairing. All right, this one here, hypo times a arabesque het VPI. So what I'm going to get here is I'll get 50% hypos, 50% arabesques, of which 25% would be hypo arabesques, 25% hypo, so on. Now 50% will carry the VPI gene, but once again, you won't be able to tell which ones are which. So all right, this one here, it's just a hypo het albino to a normal. You will get 50% hypos, 50% normals, of which 50% will be het albino. But once again, you don't know. So, all right. All right, so those are the pairings I've got paired right now. I will be pairing more later on in the season, and I will update the video as things go. So I will update this video as soon as I see some action, kind of show what the males do and the females do and all that stuff. So thanks again. Bye.